guys, MMA UK News Stoomboy as always. So here with the bad guy, Chris Bungard.
How we doing?
Wrestler, actor, podcaster, leather podcast, fighter,
Promoter,
jiu-jitsu guy. Mate, you're doing it all. You're doing it all.
Aye, jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
But we're getting better at each and all of them as the days go on. But I just a busy guy.
Yeah.
Just a busy guy. Mentally, I need to stay busy. And it's the way I like it. I like my timetable being crammed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be lazy. Because I can fall into that category sometimes if I'm no active or I'm
Yeah.
no busy. So I just squash my timetable up, man. So
Yeah.
keeps me on my toes.
And the popularity in all of them as well. I mean, you've got a big following in MMA, as we know. We saw, obviously that at Newcastle
Right.
and every other fight you go into, but it's the same in wrestling. It's the same with like Holy Town Havoc, sells out all the time.
Right.
And everything you do, I'd say you've got a very big following behind you.
I always ask myself like why that is. Obviously I've been in the game for 40 fights now, so I've been in a good few years, but I think people can relate to me. Like most of my fan base are kind of similar to me, so they can relate to where I'm from, and I'm kind of a genuine guy. Like I'm honest, and victory and defeat, I'm pretty brutally honest with myself. So I never bullshit. I never say I'm somebody I'm not, and I think people can just relate to that, and maybe like a lot of my fans that. Like a lot of people, if you're not the flavour of the month, they'll just move on. Know what I mean? If you're not the next big thing, but I've came on this next new surge kind of late on in my career, and like my fans that have been there for day one are still there than now. So it's like I think they actually say to me like we're no like just here when you're winning. I mean, we're actual fans, so that means more than anything. So I just continue to be me, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then I don't really care. But I'm just doing my thing and enjoying life from it.
Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, obviously I've followed you for a long time. Big Celtic fan as well. Obviously that helps.
I appreciate your support as well, guys like you. Like you, unsung heroes, especially in Scotland, because they're fucking far and few among them. But guys like you help promote us, guys, and I tell the guys in the gym like you need. Especially the new amateurs or the new early pros, like you need to build your brand early.
Yeah.
You need to go out there. Social media is shite. It is toxic at times, but like in our game, you kind of need it. You need to annoy people. You need to get your own sponsors. You need to fake it until you make it. You know what I mean? Get yourself out there. Like this for this fight, I've been doing everything like a wee PR tour type thing, and like just to try and build momentum for this show. Even though everybody's buzzing for it anyway, but I want people that don't really even follow MMA or follow me like I'm going to watch this fight tonight, or I'm going to buy a fucking ticket and let's see this atmosphere that everybody talks about and all that, and like let's see if we can win again. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. You need to build your brand, and guys like you giving us a platform to speak and have an interview and just talk shite, and just let people know who you are. Like let's see how this guy talks. Because some of these fighters, man, you don't know half of them, man.
Yeah.
You don't know half of them unless you're like, let's talk. You know what I mean? Let's go on MMA UK or go on live Facebook or whatever. Let's get you out there at socials, and some of them are like fucking watching paint dry, man. I mean, like they need a wee injection of personality, some of them, and it doesn't mean like be a bit of Tyson Fury or a fucking Connor or whatever. Like, just be yourself and like let people know like your personality and that. And then brands and sponsorships will want to invest in you and help you with training camps, help get your name out there. And my sponsors throughout the years, God bless them all, even the ones that I used to have coming up, like massive part of my camps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's exactly what you're saying. I tell a lot of fighters that do you want me to get your name out there, especially with sponsors, because obviously you've got fighters coming in that like 0-1 and they're saying, oh, how do I get sponsors? Well, get yourself out there. Do you know what I mean? So I've had people saying to me like they've got 100 followers on Instagram and they're saying, how am I not getting sponsors? 100 followers, do you know what I mean? So So it's don't get me wrong, it's difficult at the beginning because they don't know. But as you say, you've got people there to help them all the way through, like people like yourselves or people like me or anybody else that's around them.
Exactly. And it can only help ease the process a wee bit of coming through the amateur and pro ranks, because sponsorships and getting your name out there, money, that helps with your equipment, it helps with maybe your petrol or diesel training, your food, your nutrition, your gym fees, anything, whatever, man. This all helps, man, because everything's expensive these days. Money's everything. And
yeah.
Sadly, that's the way it's like now. But it's a big thing for me, and I'm very appreciative of the people that's had my back for a decade now, and they're still going strong.
Yeah. Tell us about Newcastle. Newcastle's crazy.
Well, I got that last belt finally on the wall. It's been a good wee journey.
Yeah.
It's not about like they start jiu-jitsu and people fall off it, but if they're really invested in it, then that is the end goal. And for me, I've got a daughter now. Like she comes in here, rolls about, has a bag, you know. I don't like her hitting a bag, to be fair. I don't like that. But she sees me and then she copies. You know what I mean? But once she's older, I'm going to teach her jiu-jitsu. I'm going to grade her. You know what I mean? She'll whether she likes it or not, she'll be doing it an hour or 2 hours in here every week at the same time. She never not like it, but she doesn't need to compete. She doesn't need to do nothing. But it's just for self-defence, man. You don't know all these fucking idiots and scumbags out there.
Yeah.
You can go on a fucking train and some idiot just starts. You never know, like, you never know the world we're in.
And they don't know who their dad is.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Exactly. That's the thing, right? Because we talked about this, like, you never know.
Your daughter does it?
Yeah, my daughter does it. She's in the car. But she does it, obviously.
I hope you feel it, did it? It's a hot day, isn't it? What, Easter Sunday,
no, like, obviously, both kids do it. Do you know what I mean? And both kids love it. As a TJ, obviously, was doing MMA and stuff like that. Faith wants to do MMA. So she wants to be the first female Scottish UFC champion.
Brilliant.
And that was at 14, I think she was when she said that. So
there's a goal right away.
We'll see. But she doesn't like training, right? Like, who likes training? Nobody likes training. So, but we'll see. But Newcastle was
going to Newcastle. Obviously getting the black belt. I think it was everything I wanted it to be. Perry was a perfect dance partner for Newcastle.
Yeah.
If it was out in Glasgow, it would be perfect as well. But Newcastle was just the hot environment. The crowd were so for it. It was unbelievable, and it was built as the people's main event. And I feel like it delivered. The atmosphere, the walkouts, the weigh-in. Obviously, the finish was like to hurt him on the feet, to drop him with the hands, and then finish him with the submission. It was like a perfect balance.
Yeah.
But he did chew my leg up, and he was like getting great success with the calf kicks, and it was fucking like, oh shit. At one point I went to land the straight right, and I was nowhere near him, and I put all my weight on it, and then I came like to like limp closer to him, and then I was like, oh, this could be an issue, man. This if he keeps it at this leg, this is a path to victory for him. So
yeah.
I landed the check left hook type, and then sat him down and just jumped on submission. But I tell people in the gym, like, there's a lot. So the guys in my gym, they're easily better fighters than me. Like cleaner strikers, but I take more risks in fights, like with like flying triangles, flying knees, or this jazz and that. So there it was just like jump on the submission. You could be on the bottom, but I believe in my technique off my back, especially when I can add in my elbows and stuff like that. That just opens gaps, and the triangle armbar, that's what I think of beauty, man. Just watching it back, the slow motion, and obviously the raspberry ape and commentary breaking it down was perfect because that's his game, and man, the submission was tighter than his denim shorts he wears when he's working out, man. The things are lethal. But perfect night, and literally, it was everything I wanted. I mean, and obviously, receiving my black belt was just, I didn't expect that at all. I went back to tell Brian that my calf was fucked for the calf kicks, and I just clocked him, bringing it out, and I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
But then came all the way up the road myself and just lay in bed. Everybody was doing Newcastle partying, and I was in my bed just going through my phone, just high on life, and I didn't go to sleep till like 7 in the morning, just sitting there. It was just, and then it's like you need to fill that void of the high, what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a void of the low.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh man, like,
What next?
What's next now? So, it was a special night, and it was sold out arena as well. You know what I mean? Like, no PFL and other shows went to that Virtu Motors Arena, and they didn't sell out. And me and Reece sold that out. Let's be honest, not
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Without me and Reece there, I don't think it'd have been half sold. But
I said that crowd that night was 3/4 Scottish in England. Do you know what I mean? And Scotland came and took it over. You saw that. I mean, after you won, jumped out the cage. Obviously, adrenaline was pumping. Jumped straight into the crowd, and people were running through like different parts of the arena to come to where you were. Do you know what I mean? Which was again an awesome feeling.
Sometimes watching that back is just like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? But, like, Michael goes to grab me, and it's like a patch, my corner.
Yeah.
And I go to the crowd, and watching it back, I'm like, what the fuck are you running by me for? Not me. Then end up the other side. All my friends feel like, this is good. The odd sombreros on and all. I don't know why. There was like 50 of them with sombreros. It was like, well, wasn't fighting in like Spain or something?
No, I know.
Newcastle, but it was. That was like that one of the highlights of my career. Just how everything fit together, like for the weigh-in to the walkouts, even Perry's walkout, brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant. And it's like, that's why I did it. And it's like, I mean, I've won my last good few now with Cage Warriors, and I'm building back up there. I did get the title fight, but I still, to this day, I got a couple of weeks' notice.
Yeah.
In a BT arena with no fans. And I felt I got up to the body, but I felt like there was still more in the fight. I felt like I got up to my feet right away, and I was fine. The stomach wasn't sore, like for the body shot was fine. I went to jog after the fight. I mean, George was busted. He's limping for the calf kicks. I was totally fine. So I felt Mark Goddard for a world title fight. Could have let it go. Like there was 10 seconds to go in the round, so I felt in the first 2 rounds were quite back and forth. So it was all good. But I'd like a full fight camp in an arena with a crowd, man. That BT Studios is like a graveyard. 3 weeks' notice because Gavin Hughes had pulled out. So I'd like a full camp to prepare for a guy like George, because him and Gavin Hughes are just totally two different guys.
Yeah.
And I love George and I love Harry, love their styles, big fans. But I mean, when you want the belt, you want the belt, innit?
Yeah.
And now he's broke his jaw, so he's got a boot for longer. So I'm just like, hey, what's happening? He went to Vegas, fought, he lost in the contenders, unlucky of his, but he still not defended his belt for like a year. Now he's broke his jaw. So it's like, you need to turn with the belt.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if I'm victorious in Glasgow, obviously, that's no going to be a walking apart, that's for sure. So that could go in.
Yeah. Coming to Glasgow, I mean, last time you fought in Scotland was Holytown Havoc, 2022, I think it was,
lockdown,
2 or 3 years
after
ago.
Lockdown.
Yeah, so
That was wild.
so that was the last time you fought. What was the guy? Spanish guy?
Almeida, Garmeida.
Yeah. So that was the last time I've seen you in Scotland. So obviously homecoming.
A proper homecoming. That was insane. That was just to get back fighting again. That fight, and then I hit a flying knee in the first round. I'm like, don't get knocked out in your your home country, your hometown.
Yeah.
So, but like the Glasgow, man, it's like it's everything that you wanted to be in it.
Yeah.
Your teammates are on it. It's a big arena. I mean, I've been to the Braehead Arena 3 times the last couple of weeks to do stuff with the hockey and promote the fight and the clan, the ice hockey team, the Glasgow clan. And I'm just looking about this arena. I was on ice last week playing hockey, doing some hockey shit. And you're just looking about the arena, you're just like, right, this has got to be full of Scottish guys. The cage, I've got to be right in the middle here.
Yeah.
Got to do the walkout. I've got some stuff planned for the walkout. And I'm just like, people will always like, oh, it adds more pressure, and it does add more pressure, and so it should. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's here to see you, technically, in Scotland. But I thrive off a crowd.
Yeah.
I need a crowd. My walkouts speak for themselves, obviously. Like, even Brian, behind the curtains, like I know you're going to go mental, but bring it down. Like, once you get in, and I'm like, I will, and then it's just like, then when you do try and bring it down in the cage, you're like, oh, am I blown here? Like,
Aye.
I just ran about in the cage for nothing here. So I'm assuming it's got to be the same. I'm going to do the Ric Flair strut in the middle, and then we've got a talented, tough, well-rounded Italian in my way.
Mhm.
It's got to cause me a few problems, and I swear in this, it could go either way. It is a 50-50 fight, and that's the way they all should be. But sometimes you're like, nah, I'm going to beat this guy quite easily. There's been a few times I knew for fights that I've got to win. The last one I fought Perry, I definitely had a puncher's chance. He not put me in my arse, or didn't expect low kicks obviously, but that was another part. But Dimitri or whatever you call him, sorry, he knocked out Cullen stiff, and he submitted the last guy in Rome in the main event. So he's got a bit of everything. He looks small, but he's got good hands, and I'm just going to need to work him everywhere. And as I say, we'll see what happens on the night, but I don't see it going to be a walk in the park anyway. I always aim for a first round finishes. Like, I've had like 17 in my pro career, 17 first round finishes. I'm closing in my 20th pro win, so it's like I would love a first rounder, but like it could. He's been going to the third round. He gets finishes in the third round actually a lot twice, so that just goes to show you he's dangerous still as the fight progresses. He does look to tire a wee bit with his style, his grappling and that. But he does make mistakes where me on the ground, like, I don't move much, like, so I'll nullify you, but I'm quite solid based and top heavy, and I won't like be going to pass all the time and give up space where I'll maybe just stay there and like drop elbows or stuff like that. Where maybe watching him, like, he likes to scramble a lot, and the guys he goes with does the same. Where I'm no, if you see my DCC fight, I was kind of just staying in half guard or guard, and now if I can do that and like land elbows and punch, then that creates other openings. You know what I mean? So I'm expecting a tough fight. Honestly, I'm not just saying this for people to like maybe tune in. You could get beat, but that's the name of the game. But I will be prepared. Yeah, I have been prepared. The last 8 weeks have been insane. The last two camps I've been I was proper injured with my spine and my knee. This camp, no injuries.
All good.
I've never missed a session. The diet's good, the weight's coming down, so I can't say I've no excuses where I've missed sessions. Where the Gavin Hughes fight, my fight camp was my one of my best friends that stays over the fence. We walked his dog every day, twice a day.
Right.
That was my fight camp for Gavin Hughes because I had 2 herniated discs at the bottom of my spine. So if I can beat Gavin Hughes, we walk somebody's dog. I can beat this guy when I've not missed a session in 10 weeks. And I brought in track work with Michael Blair and Jordan. We're beating numbers every week. My lifts, I'm back on deadlifts. My back's good now, so I'm lifting heavy again. Feel strong. My movement's good in the gym. I'm submitting people I don't usually submit. Which is always a plus. You always get these tough guys in the gym, like, he gives me a bit of a problem, or he's just stubborn to tap, or he's just hard. I'm subbing everybody. So and I've got a few moves that I think it's got to be the one on the night. I'll tell you off camera then, so if it does happen, you're like, you did say that. So I'm looking forward to it. I know obviously before I walk out there'll be a bit of fucking nerves and buzz, butterflies and that, but I mean,
normal,
41 fights. I've been here many times. I fought the Bellator world champ, I fought the Cage Wars world champ, I fought the Bama double world champ. Like, this doesn't bother me. Big arenas, biggest arenas in the world. So,
do you think he's going to be ready? Because obviously, there's walking out in arenas, right? But there's walking out at Cage Warriors Glasgow. That's going to be a completely, and again, it's going to be the same for a lot of people. Even some of the Scottish guys, they'll have never experienced what they're going to experience.
I know. He does look like a calm and collected individual, Dimitri. He just looks dead composed. He fought Colin in Manchester when it was a Liverpool-based guy, and he dealt with that quite easily. So I don't think he'll show emotion, or he'll just be his usual self, but maybe inside he'll be like, fuck, because I'm experienced, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a game of inches, right? So on the
Yeah.
night, we'll just see when the cage door shuts and your man in the suit gets out after saying our names.
Yeah.
Just see what happens, man. But I'm looking forward to the grittiness. I'm looking forward to the elbows. I've got some new shit on my sleeve. Looking forward to the blood flowing, put it that way. And if it's no flowing, then I'll be disappointed.
Yeah. Boys are on it as well. Igor,
Yep.
Jordan,
My guys, man.
Michael. So, Jordan, I'm excited about. I mean,
Aye.
Jordan's one of the guys. I've been talking about Jordan in almost every interview. We don't see him very often, but when we do see him, it's a thing for people definitely to be there and see it.
I've told him that for years. Like, he needs to be more active.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him his due. He was unlucky with pull-outs and certain injuries at certain times in his career. But I still moan at him. Like, no, we still need to be more active. You know what I mean? That's that one where, like, I think I promote Jordan more than he promotes himself. So because I know how good he is. I share the fucking mat with him every day. We grind. This camp's been brilliant. We've been really pushing each other hard, especially in sparring. But they don't know until they're in it. Like, people don't know Jordan. That I know they've got a couple of fights to feed after, but they don't know until he's in there. Try to take him down, try to keep him down, try to strike him. His leg kicks, his knees. He's not even get started yet. I like to see him bring in his elbows now. The guy's got likes his kicks as well, and he's quite an awkward guy. So I think it'll be a great fight.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm backing my boy, but great fight, and I'm just buzzing that he's finally on a show that people can see him, and he's when that happens, you know what I mean, like a flick switches and like the work rate just goes up, and you're in a better place mentally.
Yeah.
Because try to get matched on regional scenes and you can't, and people pull out. It's soul destroying.
Yeah.
He's got a job as well. He's got his own business, and he's not fucking carrying like kitchens up 10 flights of stairs and then having to come and spar us and like, roll us and that. So it's like I feel for him. But I had to do that when I was younger. I was working the steelworks and I was going, and you're unmotivated at times. But how bad do you want it? And I know for a fact how hard he wants it and what he's got to do on a night. It's got to be good to see, man. But it's got to be nerve wracking as fuck for me backstage, seeing my boys win, and then I'm just like, you need to relax because you're up my couple, not me. Michael, like, can't speak high enough of the guy.
Absolute stud of a boy.
And just that fight IQ and just so well rounded everywhere. Some of his performances, there's no performances, but outcomes of his fights, it's just harsh on him because he's so good. The
thing is, he takes on hard fights.
Aye,
do you know what I mean? Michael's one of the guys, and I remember saying this to him when I interviewed him. Like, you look at Michael's fight record, and you look at some of the people he's fought, and you're like, sake, man. Like, you wouldn't have picked to fight them first or second or third. You'd have met them later on.
He went 6-0 as an amateur, and then he went right into Mark Ewan fight, which was a tough fight. Both guys, brilliant.
They were like the two best amateurs.
For a debut pro fight for the two of them, that's what people should be doing. These other guys are taking the first 5, 6, 7 fights, and they're really tested. And they're like 10 seconds finishes, and you're like, you're getting nothing of that. You didn't get into elbow somebody or getting the 5-minute round in or whatever, and then he had the Pale character in London, which was late as well because he was supposed to go to Newcastle with me, and he took that in 3 days' notice, which I didn't like too much. That guy got beat last night in Cage Wars. He got beat in a decision, and he got caught early. Michael just didn't get going. And I wish that I just went a wee bit longer. I think Michael would have ragdolled him, to be fair, if he got his hands on and started getting a bit loose in that. But this is a game, and he knows that. I spoke to him last night, kind of similar about that, and now he gets to show it against this guy, the guy with the 2 first names, Steve Deckney, who's fought great guys as well. So his record doesn't really show in because the guys he's lost to have been great as well.
Yeah.
So another great fight, and back my boy, and I can't wait to see them two get their hand raised because they've been through a lot. One with inactivity, and two with some tough losses. So
Yeah.
And I mean, as I said before, they beat me up sometimes in the gym, so I know how good they are. So
Yeah.
obviously I'm fucking buying them all the way.
Yeah. And then Ego.
Aye.
Ego.
Just that machine, man.
Yeah.
I don't like going with him anymore. Right? Obviously he's smaller, so it's like, but he just doesn't stop, and I'm just like, you know what? You just go with the smaller guys, mate. You just go with the smaller guys. He's just like a Duracell bunny, but committed, like moved his full life to Scotland, trains hard every day, never misses a session. He's obviously a personal trainer as well, so he's with his clients. Never moans.
He was away on holiday there. Holland or what? Or you resting? No,
never moans once.
Yeah.
Even when you hit him hard, like he probably likes it. But got a tough fight.
Yeah.
8-1 Indonesian guy. They're probably thinking it's a good fight for him. They're like, aye, let's go with the guy who's 10-9 or whatever. Try and build these fucking MMA Academy guys up that just get fucking silver spoon, you know what I mean? The guy looks like a good striker. I've not seen much of him, but Igor won't stop for 15 minutes, and I'd like to see him put the guy in his ass, or put him against the cage, because he's a black belt, but he's, for his weight and his size, strong and relentless. So I'm hoping it's a clean sweep. I just don't hope I ruin it. That's all I'm hoping. I see the guys winning. I just don't want to ruin the fucking spoil the party.
Yeah.
If Means goes over, you know. That's always in my mind. I always doubt myself. But I know my fights are 50-50, where I have so much confidence in my teammates, and I feel we'll get the job done.
Yeah. Definitely exciting. It's exciting for Scotland. April 20th, guys. I mean, there is tickets. I know there was a few people put how many tickets is left. There's not many tickets.
There's about 150, but
you can only get them through the links.
Aye, but
help
the fighters out. They get a commission. So whoever your favourite fighter is, or who you've got to see, just go on their page and click in their bio probably, and you'll get it and get the last couple. But I'll say one thing about Cage Wars, that they haven't been in 11 years, and clearly they went to a bigger arena because they were there.
Yeah.
But they screwed the fans with the prices, man. I'm not too happy with the prices. Some of the tiered seating is crazy money, man.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I get my arse out for this, but I just feel they screwed the Scottish fans over for starving for so long to then, because I think if the tickets were a wee bit cheaper, then it would already be sold.
Yeah.
The tiered seating is like, I don't know, 150 or something like that.
Crazy prices.
That's the UFC prices, you know what I mean? At the O2 Arena or some shit. So help the fans, man. Help the fans. Without the fans, like Jock Steven says.
I love it.
He did say about football. I will say it, Chris Bungard, in MMA, without the fans, MMA is nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's about Leather Podcast. Obviously, you, Paul, Ross. That's a crazy combo, man. Absolutely crazy. And anybody, if you've never seen Leather Podcast, it's
subscribe.
Yeah, it's
to the Patreon or the YouTube, whatever.
Yeah, but it's like
what is it like?
No holds barred. Nothing's off the table. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been obviously some of the stories that we see you guys talk about, that shit that you've told stories that you've been through, Paul.
Yeah, it's hundreds of
just
stories
like,
man. But it's unfiltered, and I feel like that's why a lot of people like it, because it's
yeah.
So sometimes like the producers and are like, they'll be like, will we cut this because it's been so bad? And I'm like, no, we don't cut anything. We do not cut anything. If it's bad and it sounds bad, whoever says it will take it dairy. No,
Aye.
Like it's happened already a few times. But it's going good. We just hit a year there. Socials are doing great. The Patreon's doing great. I think we're at 3,000 subscribers on YouTube now, which is it's good to be a milestone.
Yeah.
We do like extra content. We go places and they like competitions against each other and stuff like that. So that's fun because we're quite competitive, obviously. Clear to see Paul is, man. We're enjoying it. Once a week we go to the studio and we just talk shit about. We hardly even talk about fights. It's an MMA podcast that speaks about 2 minutes of MMA. But so now when I'm out, it's just like it's not even about fighting my fights now. It's just like loving a podcast. It's not doing my fights. You know what I mean? Like a good win last week. Podcast is funny.
Yeah.
So, but sometimes I forget. Sometimes like kids look up to me. Some kids in my era, like they message me, they look up to me. I coach kids.
Yeah.
PT kids, and then it's like, oh, I'm watching the podcast now, and I'm just like, oh. Like my mom asks me watching, I'm just like, oh fuck. So it's, some bits I need to like kind of remember, like rein it in a bit. Like not everybody wants to hear your mad shagging stories or drug stories or whatever. You know what I mean? So, but that's me. That's what I say.
Well, that's
like,
the thing. It makes you different from
it's
other people.
Just genuine, but sometimes it's like, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
But loving it. I think we're getting better now. We're getting better, the threes together, and like we're not talking about each other, and we're like there's good chemistry between the threes.
Yeah.
Boss has got his Edinburgh input all the time. So it's good. It's gone well, and I think for our 100th episode we're going to do like a live show. We're just breaking some news here, but I think we're only at 60 or something, so it's a wee bit to go. But let's just build towards it.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it.
Great team, man. It's a great three guys.
Completely three different guys though. Like,
because you're seeing. I mean, especially Paul.
You need to be leathered to go on the leather podcast. So we've all been leathered in our career, sadly, but that's MMA. So if you've not been leathered, you'll never get on it.
But like Paul, we see a different side of Paul. Do you know what I mean? Because not a lot of people see that side of Paul. But then as soon as obviously they go live, it's like,
I know.
You're like,
there's another few sides of Paul, man. We'll try and get out of them as a month's going. But
no, we love it. Definitely hit on the Patreon, as I said. They're on socials, Leather Podcast, on Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. TikTok as well, I believe. Ross has got a TikTok up and running. You know what I mean?
I don't do that shit.
Ross is literally, he's like that.
He's down with the kids.
He's down with the kids. So, wrestling, going to see you back?
I don't know about that. I don't know. There was a storyline I was in and I was enjoying it, and it was make my body worse basically.
Yeah.
The bumps and like I was taking my chair shots, and if there's a good storyline in the pipeline that interests me, then I would definitely do it. But for now, no, I think I'm retired for professional wrestling. But I had a great like I think 15 matches all in, and some of them were great. I worked with some great wrestlers, and it was storytelling at its best. You know what I mean? Like people that don't like wrestling don't get it. Like, oh, it's fake, it's this, but it's cinema, man. That's what it is. You're actually, when I was with it was with the WWE Network, and you're on a TV show basically. That's what it is. You're playing out this story, and the fans are in on it, and you need to remember your lines and stuff like that. It's like a fucking TV show. So as you can see, it's WrestleMania weekend next weekend, and it's built as like one of the biggest ever because the Rock's back. And the Rock's he's a heel, he's a baddie, and it's old school Rock back, and everyone's like, "Fuck, this is
the attitude era.
This is cinema, man. This is absolute cinema." So never say never, but right now, you know what I mean, I've got big plans for if I win this fight. There could be something big.
Yeah. That's big. I know you're never going to look past the fight. I know you're never going to. You're always, even though you've got plans, obviously now and in the future, your focus is always the fight. You never ever look past, which you're never going to do.
No, I can't, man, because I feel like this guy could beat me. So it's like you got to look by somebody that can fucking whip your ass or knock you out. Or I don't think he'll submit me. I'll say that. I don't think he'll submit me. But he can chin me, man. He can chin me. I've got a no bad chin.
Yeah.
Can take a dig.
No, we're looking forward to it. Make sure that we talked about sponsors and stuff like that. I mean, especially for the guys that are coming up, because I know that a lot of them are putting links on, talking about sponsors. You know what I mean? It is important. I mean, as Chris was saying, you know what I mean, it's important for equipment, for nutrition, gym fees, travel costs, medicals and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that people think as a fighter, you just go in a cage and fight, but they don't see the 8, 10, 12 weeks lead up to that one fight. Do you know what I mean? So it's important for sponsors. So anybody looking to sponsor any of the fighters, do you know what I mean? Definitely hit them up on socials. They are approachable. Do you know what I mean? It's not like the footballers where you're not going to be able to talk to them. These guys do interact with their fans or their fan base or whatever. So definitely hit them up. The tickets, as I say, the only place you can get tickets is through the link that the fighters put up. As I say, there isn't many left. So make sure you do get your tickets. Yeah, they're expensive, right? But it's a night out. It's a good night
There's
out.
some cheap ones there, but
yeah,
they're basically gone. So
yeah,
you need to bite the bullet and get front row.
so
get spray. If you buy the front row tickets, don't wear white during my fight because that's a splash zone. Could be my blood, but I'm tested, so it's all good. It's clean blood, not vampire blood.
Good Celtic blood, mate. Good Catholic blood. Do you know what I mean? So, hit up the fighters. Make sure they get the link for them tickets. Pay-per-view, obviously, as usual, it's on UFC Fight Pass.
Massive.
So massive thing. So it's going to be going all over the world. Obviously, with Cage Warriors over in San Diego, all over Europe and so on. Do you know what I mean? There's a bigger audience. So.
They're going into the market with America and they're bringing over like the Asians, like Indonesian and stuff like that. So it is pretty global now. UFC Fight Pass, massive, millions of views on that. Playhead Arena, massive arena in Scotland. So hook up the boys. I've got sponsors, but I mean the boys, they're on the card. UFC Fight Pass is just a massive audience alone. So if you want your logo flashed about there, your company, then hit them up.
Yes. But April 20th, Saturday, April 20th, can't come quick enough. Do you know what I mean? Can't come quick enough. I know that there's a lot of fighters on. There's a lot of great Scottish fighters. We mentioned obviously 4 of the hit squad guys, but you've got guys from all over Scotland that are going to be competing on that night. So, and they're taking on the world. Do you know what I mean? So just like Scotland, just like we always do. So there's going to be a lot of great fights. So make sure you don't miss it. But
I'll give some shout outs. Clearly, Sean Clancy, beast. Don't know much about the guy's thing, but I'm not assuming he's got to smash him. No, the guy actually fought last week in London, Cage Wars, and looked no bad. Bruce McEwen fighting former UFC vet Cameron Else, who's got good wins against like Paddy the Baddy and stuff like that. So, and Dylan Took, he beat Dylan Took in Bellator as well. So, like, he's dangerous. Yeah, he's dangerous. So it's a tough one for Reese. Keir Harvey, Postlethwaite, you've got the guys for Aberdeen, Paul McBain, Damon Donald, who was obviously on my show Holiday and Havoc. You've also got Big Jamie for Inverness, you've got Scott Malone, you've got
Keir Harvey.
I've said Keir. Thomas Hepburn. I feel like I'm missing somebody. If I'm sorry, but I'm rooting for you all anyway. That's all you need to know. If you're Scottish or slightly Polish in Igor's case, then I want you to win. And I want you to bring it home in style and bring them back to Scotland more than once every 11 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anybody want to shout out to?
My team, Scottish Hit Squad. Always be my team. Probably will be the team until I retire. Everybody, all my sponsors, Anaconda, my sponsor Kenny, who's helped me out a lot. Bad Guy Brand, Jordan Ferguson, Condition Nutrition, Andy Callahan, who's my physio, who's fucking basically put my body back together throughout the years. Anubis Security, Chrissy's House, big shout out to Chrissy's House. Yeah. There's hunters. I know I'm going to fucking get some wrong, but on the night you'll see them because they're all on my shorts, my t-shirts, my cage banner. Thanks for the support, everybody. It means the world to me. I'll do everything I can to win, and I mean fucking everything I can to win. I'll die in there.
Yes.
Let's go deep. I'll fucking die in there. Die trying, what 50 Cent says. I'll win or die trying, you know what I mean? But I'm just looking forward to getting in there. Right now it's like under 3 weeks away, just under 3 weeks away, and you're just like, you watch Cage Wars last night and you're just like, you see the gloves, you see the cage, the referees, like everybody that you usually see when you're there. That's my 5th fight with them in like a year and a half. And it's just like, this getting close, man, it's getting close. The next thing you know, you're warming up. Next thing you know, you ready, Chris? You get the flag. It's time to go. There's nothing more you can do. The fight takes care of itself.
Yeah.
Maybe in your mind you're like, oh, fuck's sake, am I ready? But just think what you've done for the last 10 weeks. Are you fucking ready? I think I'm ready now, man, but I feel like these 3 weeks I'll just get a wee bit sharper and then I can say in 5 weeks, nah, I'm ready. I'm good to go.
Yeah. Can't wait. I've been fortunate, I've been able to see quite a few of your fights, live and in person. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, jiu-jitsu stuff, I know me and you talk about the jiu-jitsu stuff all the time, do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I can't wait. April 20th, it's going to be
I need to
it's going to be a bad guy night again, man. Do you know what I mean?
I'm praying it is. I'm praying we're all happy. And you can go to my after party, which is in Hummingbird, Glasgow, on Bath Street. It's open to free. I don't know what time I'll be on it. I don't know where I'm in my card. I don't know if I'm co-main. I don't know where. I just don't want me to not be fighting till at midnight. And then I need to go to this after party at 3. But everybody's welcome. There's booths there available and a couple of tickets left. So we'll see you there. Hopefully I'm in a good mood.
You guys able to go there, the bad guy, Chris Bungard, Scottish Hit Squad. Thank you very much. Thank you.